I want to bring in now House Majority Whip, Republican Congressman from Minnesota, Rep. Tom Emmer. Representative Emmer, it's how is this CR coming along? And ultimately, I think the bigger question is, can we get to one big, beautiful bill?
The answer to both questions, the first one is yes, coming along well. The second one is yes, it's going to happen. The first one, as you correctly point out, Charles, and thanks for having me, the president has called for what people refer to as a clean continuing resolution. What does that mean? That means freezing funding at current levels through actually it'll be below 2024 levels, Charles, through September 30th. It does a couple of things. One, like I said, it freezes spending. Two, it actually helps Donald Trump and Elon continue their DOGE efforts, which is what the Democrats so desperately want to stop. And three, it denies the Democrats what appears to be their hunger for a government shutdown. And it's going to happen tomorrow night.
I want to read you a passage. You know, as you can see, the stock market in the middle of what I'm calling a tariff tantrum. And it's a Wikipedia thing on what happened after Smoot-Hawley. The depression worsened for workers and farmers despite Smoot-Hawley's promise of prosperity with high tariffs. Consequently, Hawley lost re-nomination, while Smoot was one of 12 Republican senators who lost their seats in 1932's election. By the way, that swing was the largest in Senate history. The reason I bring this up is I love what President Trump is trying to achieve, but he's not a career politician. Neither is Elon Musk, Scott Bessent. Does the GOP, I mean, are you hearing from your constituents, are elected GOP folks in Congress who want to stay there forever, do they have the fortitude to stay the course?
Well, first off, I don't think they should stay forever. But more importantly, this is exactly what Donald Trump campaigned on, Charles. He campaigned on putting America and Americans first. That's all he's doing. He's using tariffs as a tool to get our colleagues, our trade partners, to actually treat us fairly. I've got one of the most incompetent governors in the country, Charles, and a guy named Tim Walz, and he's out there saying Trump is anti-farmer. Well, I got news for you. Our dairy industry is getting crushed by Canadian tariffs. Yeah. And if you look, all Donald Trump is saying, it's common sense. Look, we will treat you the way you treat us. The markets are going to have all kinds of different things going on. But yes, we are going to stay the course because this country's future depends on it. Why should Americans not have free and full access to markets around the world when we give all of those other folks access to our markets right here in the United States? I think Donald Trump made it very clear this is what he was going to do. I think the public's with him. And by the way, if Canada or other of our trade partners want to try and make this hard on Americans, Charles, it's actually going to help Donald Trump because he told all of us during his campaign, all Americans, that they don't care about you. I'm the one that cares about you. I'm the one that's going to take care of this. And I think Americans are going to support him even more.
You know, ironically, the media kept telling everyone tariffs, tariffs, tariffs up to the election. And Americans said, to your point, we want to do it. We want to change this. By the way, congratulations on the White House Crypto Summit. What's next on that front?
Well, we're going to do a market structure bill at some point this Congress. We're going to do a dollar-backed stablecoin bill. And for me, I'm looking forward to codifying something that is in President Trump's executive order on digital assets, and that is putting into law a prohibition on central bank digital currencies. Because you know, Charles, unless it's open, permissionless, and private, it can emulate cash. All the central bank digital currency system will be is a surveillance system that the government could use on its citizens. So I want to see at least those three, and we've got a whole host of other things. You're right. It was historic last Friday to have that crypto summit and the talent that was in the room. And we've got a president who's looking to the 21st century and beyond, as opposed to those who want to live in the past. It's really exciting.
It really is. Hey, I can't let you go. You just mentioned Canada and Mexico a moment ago. Canada, the Liberal Party's elected Mark Carney, the former head of the central bank, to be the next. They want him to be the next prime minister. Now, he said yesterday that Canada will win a trade war like they win in hockey. Now, judging from your X page, I got a feeling this offends you on two levels.
Hey, Charles, I tell you what, they'll win a trade war maybe after they win another Stanley Cup, which may not come for a long time. Look, they are our friends. Let's be clear.
Yeah.
They're our friends. But they have their own leadership challenges in that country. You've got half of the Canadians that I know that you know intuitively from growing up playing hockey with and against them. They are with us. This is not a matter of unfairness from the U.S. to Canada.
Right.
It's the unfairness from the Canadian tariffs to American producers.
Yeah.
And let's get past all the rhetoric. When people start to see the numbers, Charles, again, it's only going to make Donald Trump's position stronger, and I think the Canadians are going to recognize it's better to be friends and treat each other the way we would want to be treated, rather than to do this nonsense that they're rattling the saber with.
And I pray they don't go with this guy. I mean, this guy dissed the truckers strike, and he is just not a Canadian in my mind. He's an elitist who hops from continent to continent running central banks, and I think he's completely out of touch. Congressman Emmer, thank you so much. You've done so much, and I appreciate you taking the time.
Absolutely, Charles. Thanks for what you do.